get yourself a drink, get buckled in, get comfortable, because today we're going to be talking all things lucky girl syndrome. What is it? How does it work? And how can you use it to completely change your life? Now, if you know me, you might know that I absolutely love a quote. In fact, I have a Rogue Life Instagram that is completely just quotes every single day, things that make you feel good and empowering and things that make you really think about life and the way that you're living. There is a Henry Ford quote that says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Now, the reason that I'm saying this at the beginning of this video is because it is basically saying whatever you believe is true. If you think you can't do something, you won't be able to do it. If you think you can, you will. And that is kind of how lucky girl syndrome works. So if you believe that you are a lucky person, if you believe that you have all the luck in the world and everything is working for you and to help you and the universe is conspiring with you, that is what will happen. Now, I really want to go in depth into this today. I've written a lot of notes. As usual, you'll probably see me looking down here. So my phone is going off. That's not help. It's my mum. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, but it was my mum. And I feel like you can't not check a text from your mum in case it's something important. So let's actually get into the video. So if you've been on social media anywhere at all over the last few months, I'm guessing that you have seen the term lucky girl syndrome or the lucky girl technique discussed. It has been absolutely everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, it is just full of it. This is actually something that I've been unknowingly using for the entirety of my life. I've always stated that I'm a really, really lucky person. In fact, you may think this is weird, but I have a 13 tattooed on my arm. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this. 13 is my lucky number, you know, the whole lucky 13 thing. I've just always considered myself to be super, super lucky. And I am going to go into some personal experiences throughout this video just to give you some examples. But I figured we better start at the beginning. So what is lucky girl syndrome? Essentially, it is a sort of manifestation technique in which you believe that you are the luckiest girl in the world. Now, I'm going to be using the term girl throughout this video, but obviously this is, you know, gender neutral. It can work for anybody, but that's just the term that everybody is currently using. So to make it simple, I'm going to be saying lucky girl. It is the belief that the world and the universe is always working with you. It is conspiring with you to create your dreams, to give you everything that you want because you are such a lucky person. Life is working for you rather than against you to help create your dreams, and ultimately luck is always on your side. Now, the reason that I absolutely love this technique so much is because usually manifestation requires you to be present. It requires you to be consciously thinking of those things that you want to manifest. However, with lucky girl syndrome, and the word syndrome sort of implies this, it is just something that is part of your personality. If we break down the actual wording of this, rather than saying the lucky girl technique, it is usually coined as lucky girl syndrome. And a syndrome is something that you normally don't have any control over. So I know that it normally has negative connotations, but if you think about somebody that has a syndrome, it could be something that they were born with, but mainly it is something that is just part of who they are. And that is the same principle with this lucky girl syndrome. It is basically just a facet of your personality. It is just intrinsically who you are. And the great thing about that is that it means that you don't have to consciously every single day be reaffirming this to make it happen or to let it work. It is just part of who you are. It is not a manifestation. It is not a dream of something that you want. It is just a statement. I am lucky. I am the luckiest girl in the world. And like I said, this is something that I've always told myself. I don't know if it came from my parents maybe, but I have always believed that I'm just such a lucky person because no matter what, everything always works out for me. Now, this could be a case of mindset. It might not actually be true, and I'm going to go into a couple of examples with you. But whether or not it's mindset, it still works. It has still created such a fantastic life for me, and it has enabled me to never have to worry. I don't have to worry about anything because I know that deep down I'm a lucky person. So in the end, everything will always work out the way that I wanted it to. Now, the reason that believing that this is sort of already part of your personality works is because the way that manifestation works is you have to believe that something is already yours. It's no good saying, I want more money. You have to frame it as money flows easily to me. I have an abundant amount of money. Because if you're thinking in a scarcity mindset, that's not going to create that abundance that you need. So with lucky girl syndrome, the fact that you are already affirming, I'm the luckiest person in the world, will make it so. So because you guys know that I love an analogy and I love an example, I'm going to give you a couple of personal experiences just so that I can show you how this has framed my life. Now, when I was younger and I turned 18, I used to go to the casino after a night out, and the group of friends that I would go with always classed me as the lucky one. Now, I am not somebody that gambles. In fact, I think I've only ever gambled once in my life, and that was with a free chip that I got given when I joined the casino, and it was literally just red or black. I put it on black, I won £10, I took the money, I left. However, I did used to enjoy going with my friends and sort of being part of the atmosphere. And it became kind of a thing that was known that I was like a lucky charm. So, for example, if people were playing roulette, they would say, come and pick the numbers for me, because for some reason, people believed I was lucky. Now, this works two ways. Let's say, for example, one of my friends was just going to be betting on red or black. They believe that I'm a lucky person. If I said black and it turned out that it landed on red, rather than them thinking, oh, that's your fault, they'd think, have another go because you're lucky, so next time it will work for you. However, if I chose black and it landed on black, that would just reaffirm their belief it's landed on black because she's a lucky charm. In actuality, we all know that that's not the truth. In actuality, we know that the chances of it landing on red or black are pretty much 50-50. It was nothing to do with me being lucky, but the fact that people believed that I was would constantly reaffirm that, so that then it sort of spread. So then more people in my friendship group would say, will you come and stand with me? I want you to choose which colour. I want you to choose which numbers. And then if they were to win, they didn't claim that it was because they'd just chosen the right numbers. No, it was because I was lucky. Now, the reason that I'm telling you this is because with lucky girl syndrome, it is not so much what happens to you that matters. It is how you frame it. So it's your mindset around those actions and your reaction towards it. So for example, if I was sat in traffic because of a car accident and that made me late to an appointment, rather than thinking, oh my God, I'm so unlucky that I've ended up stuck in this traffic, I would look at that and think, I am so lucky that I'm the one sat in this traffic and I wasn't the person in that car accident. That is literally the same situation, but just with two different viewpoints. And it's again reaffirming that you are lucky. You are lucky because you are not hurt. Yes, you're sat in traffic, but it doesn't matter because you are safe. So you also have to be mindful with this lucky girl syndrome. Not everything is going to go your way at first glance, but if you actually look into it, you can find yourself as a lucky person in any situation. So lucky girl syndrome is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that basically ties in with what I said in the beginning with the Henry Ford quote, whatever you believe, that will become true. Have you ever noticed, and I'm going to use my own car for an example because I used to have a yellow Duke. Now, no one around where I live had yellow Dukes. I live in the country. The majority of people have tractors or Land Rovers. But as soon as I bought my Duke, this big bright yellow Bumblebee, the amount of people that would come to me and say, I think I saw you the other day in so-and-so. And I would think, that wasn't me, so there must be another yellow Duke. And then I would drive and I would see more and more and more. And that is because your brain is intrinsically designed to prove you right. If you are thinking about yellow cars, and you can prove this later on because I guarantee if you go out of your house after watching this video, the amount of yellow cars you will see will be unreal. If that is what you're thinking about, your brain will find things to prove you right. So if you're thinking about yellow cars, you will all of a sudden start seeing them. Have you ever heard a song and you think, oh God, I really like that song. And then every time you turn on the radio, there it is. Well, it's not because it is appearing more frequently. It's just because your brain is taking more notice of that thing. This is because our brains like to keep us in a place of comfort. They like to feel safe. They like to feel secure. That is where they like to be. So if they're constantly proving you right, it makes them feel safe. It's just a reaffirmation. And the reason we have to be so careful of this is because if you are constantly telling yourself, I'm such an unlucky person, bad things always happen to me, going back to the traffic example earlier, you would sit in that traffic and think, oh God, I'm so unlucky. This wouldn't happen to anybody else. It's because I'm an unlucky person. rather than even trying to find the luckiness in a situation. So as well as believing that you are lucky, you also have to try and find the positive in every situation to prove to your brain that you are lucky. Then your brain will continue to try and find things to prove that thought. So like I said, a complete self-fulfilling prophecy. So on to the super interesting part, and the part that you've probably all been waiting for. How do you get this lucky girl syndrome? It is a mindset. It is an instant shift. You can change your mindset right now, right here with me as you're watching this, to believe that you are a lucky person, okay? So I have a couple of affirmations and I want you to repeat them after me. I am so lucky. Things always work out for me. Come on, say it with me. I'm so lucky. Things always work out for me. I am always in the right place at the right time. And you'll notice that we're using real definitives here. I am always in the right place at the right time. Everything and anything is possible for me. There are no limits. All of my prayers are always answered. All of them. Every single one. All of my prayers are always answered. The universe is always working in my favour. Okay? Have we repeated them all? Do we feel happier already? Because it should make you feel a lot safer. It should make you feel like no matter what happens, it doesn't matter because I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I can take on anything because I'm super lucky. And I have faith in the fact that no matter what happens, because I'm so lucky and the universe is working for me, rather than against me, I will always be okay. So I don't care if previously, before you clicked on this video, yesterday, 5 years ago, none of those statements were true. Now they are true. You are the luckiest person in the world. The universe is working for you. You get everything you want. All of your prayers are answered. Nothing is impossible, okay? These are the sort of affirmations that you need to keep reiterating to yourself until your brain believes them. And like I said, then the brain will be on your side. It will begin to show you things. Yes, I am super lucky because this happened. Oh, well, look at that. Maybe that happened because I'm really lucky. Yes, it did. Because you have to believe in your soul that you are the luckiest person. So leading from that, I want to talk about how you can seek out luck in your daily life. And you can begin this immediately starting from today. Something that I have found so amazing to do to help me sort of notice the lucky things is to journal. Now, I know not everybody's into journaling. You don't have to write pages and pages. For me, sometimes it's just grabbing my phone and writing down 3 points in my notes app. But I want you to think of 3 things that have happened to you today that happened because you are so lucky. Now, this could be you went to the shops on your way home from work and somebody let you cut in line. That didn't happen because they were a nice person. No, that happened because you are lucky. That is good luck. It could be that when you went to the shops, you managed to get the last chocolate bar. Why did that happen? Not by accident, because nothing happens by accident. That happened because you were in the right place at the right time because you are lucky. Do you see where I'm going with this? You can find luck in any situation. Things that you just think, oh, well, you know, that was nice. No, it wasn't nice. It was luck. It was because you are such a lucky person, you radiate that good luck, that happened to you. Because once you've purchased that chocolate bar, the next person that comes along that wanted it won't have it. It won't be there because they weren't in the right place at the right time. They will be the unlucky one. And like I've said before, if you are seeking and constantly looking for something, the universe will provide it. And this is where it's sort of similar to manifestation techniques. What you put out, you get back. If you are looking for lucky situations, that's a tongue twister, you will find them. Not only will you find them, but they'll become more and more and more abundant in your life. And for me now, it is actually hard to narrow it down to the 3 most lucky things that have happened in my day. I could write lists and lists and lists of hundreds of things that happened, not just because nothing happens just because. They happen because I'm lucky. And like I said, this creates like a safety net. It makes me feel so comforted and so safe because as somebody that has suffered with mega anxiety throughout my lifetime, I've taken medication, I've done therapy, it has been a nightmare. This just sort of puts my mind at rest. It is crazy how easy life becomes when you don't have to worry anymore. Why do I have to worry about anything? I don't need to worry. I'm the luckiest person ever. Everything I want will be mine because I'm so lucky. I have rambled on for a good 15-20 minutes about this, and I'm really hoping that it makes sense. But the basic premise, and just sort of tie it all in and tie it all up together, is, like I said at the beginning, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Therefore, if you believe you are a lucky person, you will be. If, however, you believe you're an unlucky person, you also will be. So take this lucky girl syndrome, take this attitude, take this mindset, and go forth with your day. Also, I would love it if you could just name one thing in the comments, just one thing that has happened to you today because you're lucky, because you were in the right place at the right time, because I find it really interesting to see how this lucky girl syndrome manifests itself in other people's lives. And I love having a chat with you guys in the comments. So I really hope that that has made sense. I am probably going to be doing another video about this because I could talk about this forever. So if you've got any other questions, again, please leave them in the comments down below. I would love to answer them. I might do some sort of Instagram Q&A on this. I like to get you guys involved. As always, thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you're feeling positive. I hope you've had a great day. Make sure if you haven't, you click that subscribe button and join the family, and I will see you all in my next video.